Okay, hi guys! Hey! 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 Hey guys! Hi! Oh, there's no background music. Boom, now there's background music. I missed you guys so much! I know I'm streaming like the same amount that I normally stream, which is only like 2 or 3 times a week, but it feels like so long because today was my first day back at this week was my first week back at my job, and it felt like the longest week ever. So even though like I've streamed about the same amount as I normally do, it feels so long since I've seen you guys. Hi. And also my last 3 streams were collabs, so we haven't had a chance to sit down and talk. I will not have collabs for a little while, okay? I like my sit down and talk, and when I start working, I come back with tea. I have so many stories to tell. Y'all understand? I don't have friends IRL, okay? You guys are my friends. I don't have friends IRL. You are my friends. So I have been holding on to all of this tea for you guys. I've literally been writing it down in a notebook. Everything that happens, that's like, I'm like, whoa! I write it down in a notebook, and I'm like, gotta tell chat this. Gotta tell my puppy stat. Gotta tell my puppy stat. I don't think you understand. I literally have a notebook. I have a spiral notebook next to me of all the things I wanted to talk to you, to tell you what happened, because so much happened. It's my first week back at work, and my coworkers are crazy. They're crazy. They making me want to quit my job already. The kids aren't even here yet. I'm a kindergarten teacher. The kids don't start until Monday. Monday is their first day. You know, we get a week of teacher work days before like the students come, and oh my god. So I missed you guys. I've been holding on to like all of this like tea, and I haven't been able to spill it because next week I'm gonna be more strategic about things. I'm going to do probably a just chatting stream on Wednesday, so I can get like half of it out, and then like another one on like Saturday is what I'm thinking. Thanks for the very bit. Hi Pablo. That's probably what I'm gonna do, so that I can get all my tea out and not feel like I'm holding in all this information for stream. Oh, and it was your first week back at school too. Oh, okay, Army. Week 2 of school, and there's so much. I know, and I'm a teacher. It goes through teachers too. Anyways, I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Hi, Rise of Army. Hi, Reaper. Hi, Jay. And hi, Tommy. Those are my YouTube friends. And over at Twitch, hi, Chicken Boy. Hi, Pablo. Hi, Bacon. Hi, Kosti. Hi, Panda. Hi, Jello. Hi, Wave. And hi, Nix the Wolf. And okay, I think that's it. Did everyone get hi? Did everyone get hello? Year 11 next week. Oh, exciting. Oh, hi, Chibu. Hello. Oh, and Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. Lizzie, you did redeem first. I almost forgot. Sorry, I gotta drink all this water before I go in to what I have experienced this week. It has been the longest week back to work I've ever seen. Okay, to set the stage, I gotta remind everybody, anyone who's new, anyone who's old, I am a kindergarten teacher, okay? I teach little 5-year-olds for a living, and then under my care, they turn 6. They go from 5 to 6. I don't like tea, but we ain't getting into that. From 5 to 6, they're little 5-year-olds, okay? So everything we do has to be happy and positive and colorful, and it's a fun time for everyone, right? Yeah, that's what you'd hope. So before school even started this week, I've had thanks for the biddies. Hi, Yomi. Drinking water. What about the tea? I don't like tea. I don't like y'all. I got stories to tell. I can't get riled back up again over tea. So my little demon still. But yeah, the kids aren't even here yet. What do you mean? Excuse me. Tea nasty. It nasty. It nasty. Watch my latest TikTok. Okay, I'll put all the information you need. It tastes nasty. It tastes gross. Okay. But I do have tea to spill. That's different from drinking it. I would much rather like throw tea on the floor or in the water, like the Boston Tea Party, than drink the tea. So yeah. But before school even started, everything was like super humid, right? I was moving into my classroom. The whole classroom was super humid. I brought my own dehumidifier. The humidity levels is at like, it said it was at 70% when I moved in, so that wasn't nice. And then we had a power outage, and then because it was so humid in the whole building, we were just having a bunch of mold and stuff. It was a time. They kind of fixed that issues in the school with the school district came down and brought us like 100 dehumidifiers for classrooms. And guess which classroom cannot get a dehumidifier in? That's right, my little kindergarten classroom cannot get a dehumidifier in. You know why? Because mine and 2 other classrooms are the only classrooms in the entire school of like 100 classes that does not have an outlet near the sink. There is no outlet near the sink. Also, thanks for the benefits. I appreciate it. Tea's nasty, but if you can make me some good tea, then maybe I'll try it. But I was the only room in the entire school who could not have a dehumidifier put in because there was no outlet by the sink. So there was no way for them to like plug it up and then let it drain into the sink all day. So I had to use my own dehumidifier and dump it every 4 hours, which if I'm teaching, I'm not going to be able to dump a dehumidifier, you know what I mean? So, oh well, it is what it is. Hi, Flame. I just hope I don't die in the classroom that's overly humid, okay? Every other person has one. The rooms feel so much better now. It's so good. And like my room just, I have one that I had to turn on when I come to work and then dump it a few times and then keep it off when I'm gone. So that's doesn't really help. I mean, it helps a little bit, but oh well. It's the heat and the humidity. The air conditioning in my classroom also doesn't work. So not only is my classroom like hotter than everybody else's because the AC is blowing out hot air in my room and my room only, the dehumidifier, I don't have one. I don't have one at the school one. So it's hot and humid. I remember during open house, which happened this past Wednesday, all the parents were complaining. They were like, it's hot in here. Is it always going to be hot? Are the kids going to be burning up like this? And I just shrugged. I was like, I don't know. I was like, last year was pretty cold, but it's a new year. So if that's the problem with you, then take it up to admin because I am not it. Hello, Heath. So can mind you, the conditions of the classroom already suck, right? Open house comes, right? That leads up into open house drama. You know, open house at most schools is like the teachers give like a presentation or stuff, right? Or they let you know what we're going to be learning this year, what you need to bring and stuff. We don't do that at open house at my school. Open house at my school is a chance for the parents to come in and sign forms and leave. Basically is to get the necessary like paperwork signed and like done with so that you don't have to deal with anything, while also like meeting the teacher and knowing what the classroom is going to be. So a lot of parents came to open house. My classroom is tiny, right? My classroom is filled with 5-year-olds. Well, it's a big like room, but there's not many seats. The chairs are tiny people sized, and there's only so many seats. Yeah, all 13 families came at one time. 13 families. As soon, I didn't even know open house had started. Like it was supposed to start at 4:30. At like 4:20, a parent made their way to me. I was like, oh, there's a kid in the hallway with a family. Yeah, of course it was mine, right? So I ended up with 13 families in my classroom at one time, and they all had so many questions, and they all brought like their cousins and their little babies and the kids' siblings. Hi, Lloyd. And it was so bad because, right, when the parents come, I say, okay, put your kid that's going to be in class at this table or over there with the blocks. They can either play with the blocks with their classmates so they get to know them, or we're going to sit at the table and color. They have a choice, right? When I tell you the kids who were playing with the blocks were like fighting each other with it, like they were throwing blocks at each other. One kid started crying and hit another one, and I'm just like, the parents are in the room. I'm not going to parent your child when every single parent is in the room. Also, I couldn't because there was 13 families asking questions. So I was over there getting surrounded by people like going, Miss Blue, how do I do this? Miss Blue, I have a question. So about the buses, Miss Blue. So like my kid's going to be a car rider. What time do I need to pick her up? You know, I'm getting like surrounded with questions, right? Right. Getting absolutely bombarded, surrounded, tackled with questions, and the kids are fighting each other on the carpet. It was so bad. I had the biggest turnout which is pretty cool, I guess. It's good to have a good turnout for open house because pretty much almost every one of my students came except for 2, which is a good number. Usually, like, I'm gonna say usually about 7 parents come out of, like, in the beginning our class size is 15, but it gets bigger as time goes on. So I usually get like about half, but this time I had every parent come except for 3, which is a really good turnout. But like all at one time, open house is open for 2 hours. They all came in the first hour and they were all gone by like the second. So like once 5:30 hit, since I had all my parents come at one time at 4:30, once 5:30 hit, my room was empty. There was like 1 parent in there. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. Hi, Pop Chat. It was so bad. It was so chaotic. Them kids were like beating each other up. I also got introduced to a few kiddos of note. One of the kiddos was causing chaos. Like he was not listening to his parents. He was wandering around the room. He was picking up stuff that he 100% wasn't supposed to, and the mom was just like, come here, and he wouldn't come to them. He also, I left my laptop somewhere because there's so many people. I left my laptop on like a table and he tried to type on my laptop. So he's on my radar. I already is sitting him next to the commons kids that I saw that day. I already have his seat set out for sitting next to the comm kids that I know of. They seemed calm at least that day. I also have a diaper wearer. A lot of us have kids that wear diapers this year, which they're 5 years old. I don't know why we have 5-year-olds in diapers. Like, kids are potty trained when they're like 3. The fact that the fact that there's so many 5-year-olds this year that's wearing diaper, and it gets worse every year. Every year there's more like 5 and 6-year-olds wearing diapers than the previous one, and it's like, why? Potty train your child. So, and you know, last year they tried to make us like be like, no, you guys gotta change them if they wearing a diaper. This year we've been all of our teachers have decided we're gonna put our foot down. We're like, no, we're not changing this child. One, that's a legality issue. So let me hydrate. That's a legality issue. If you're supposed to, you're not legally allowed to change children. If they wet themselves, if they poop their pants, you cannot legally change them unless it is for a medical reason. So if like they are like documented to have some bladder thing and they just wet themselves and it's a part of like a documented thing saying that someone needs to change them because it's going to keep happening, that's different. That's a medical condition. They are allowed to have that. You know, you can't discriminate against kids with disabilities. You can't be like, oh, this kid's disabled so he can't come to school because he wets himself. You can't do that, right? But these are just parents who just refused to potty train their kid and just kept putting them on diapers because it's easier. And now they're trying to make it our problem. We're like, no. They are required to be potty trained by the time they reach kindergarten age. So like there's 3 of them this year. One in my classroom, one in the class next door, and one in the class across from mine. None of them are medical related. So the school has been calling the parents and being like, hey, if your kid is wearing a diaper, either 1, unenroll them for our school because we're not going to be changing them, or 2, you need to be readily available because we are going to call you every single time your daughter needs a diaper change, because that's gross and illegal. The only way that you can change a kid's diaper in a legal sense to where you go to court and they defend you and you win the case is if it's in a legal document, if it's in a document saying they have a disability that requires that. Otherwise, saying my principal told me to change her diaper is not going to hold up in court. I'm sorry. And last year they tried to make us like change the kids, and I'm like, that's not legal. And I kept putting my foot down. They kept getting so mad at us. They're like, well, somebody needs to. And I'm like, well, that's the parent's problem or the child's problem. Not my problem though. I'm problem free. Don't make it my problem, because you can. I won't let you. So that happened. It's been a long few days. So open house was so chaotic. Like all the parents came out once. Oh, remember how last year I had like an aggressive child? And I had a very aggressive child who would like throw stuff, destroy the classrooms. And he just wouldn't listen. He was threatening people, threatening to hurt people. His little brother is going to be in the class across from mine. So they're going to have to be dealing with that. and that sucks for them. Apparently he came down to the school, and apparently the boy came to the school and he was looking for me, and he was upset that he couldn't find me. Like, he was really upset. He like started throwing stuff and destroying a classroom. Okay, guys, I'm back. Kotaru leaving. Okay, welcome to the Puppy Parade 3. Hi! Hi! Yeah, the demon boy. He came to the school, and he apparently, like, he was upset he couldn't see me, so he started throwing things and destroying the other classroom. But I'm like, after I heard that, like, the next day, I laughed because they showed up literally as open house was closing, so I was already at the door because I didn't have any more students. The parents were already gone. They weren't letting anyone else in, so I left. Yeah, I when I heard that I could just only laugh, because I was like, the last time I saw this student, right, because I'm a kindergarten teacher, the last time I saw this student, he was like threatening me. Like, he was threatening to harm me. He had a premeditated, detailed plan, which is really kind of impressive for a 5-year-old. Usually, like, their plans are very vague. No, he had a step-by-step plan on how he wanted to hurt me, and it got him suspended and a whole thing, and it got him sent to like a behavior school. It was a whole thing. To the fact that the same kid who had a detailed plan on how they were going to hurt me last time I saw them back in June comes back this year and is throwing a tantrum because he couldn't say hi to me. I'm like, which one is it, sir? Do you like me as your teacher, or do you want to hurt me? You gotta pick one. I was just laughing. I was like, that's insane, dude. Kids like, I'm gonna do this to you and that, and the way I'm gonna do it is this and this and that, and they just didn't. Also, I don't know if I said welcome to the Puppy Parade, Marcus. Did I say it? Welcome to the Puppy Parade, Marcus. Oh! Hi! Thanks for the raid, Alfred. What are you doing? How are you? What were you doing? How B? How R? How were you B? How B you are? Hi, little man. I like your name. I think it's funny. Hey, little man. You playing Roblox? You chilling with the Roblox? Oh, I like that. Oh, hi, Army. You made your way to Twitch. Hello. But insane is chill, but insane. I don't know much about Roblox. Welcome to the Puppy Parade, Alfred. I was just telling the story of I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I have a very violent child last year in my class, and he was throwing a fit. He was throwing a fit this past during open house because he couldn't see me. It was a whole thing. I'm currently sharing all of my drama, because this is the week back at school as a kindergarten teacher since the summer break. So so much has happened. Oh, you guys know each other? You know, it's a small world. I feel like half the time when somebody raids, they're like in chat, like, oh my gosh, you're here. But yeah, I had 13 families come at once, and it was everything. Oh, on the I had like a paper that like outlined, like, talked about allergies and stuff. An outline, and asked like what allergies do they have. Do you have allergies? The parent type wrote yes. Yes. What? Like, list your allergies. Yes. So now I have a kid who I know has an allergy, but I don't know what they have an allergy to, because the parent wrote yes on the paper. On the paper. It's okay, Panda. I hope things work out for you, friend. I do. But yeah, they wrote yes on the they literally wrote yes for allergies. So I'm like, okay, well, I hope this kid doesn't like eat some like chocolate or something and then like croak because the parent wrote yes on a document that's supposed to list a child's allergies. Bro, crazy people. And then one kid is kind of stressing me out, right? Monday is the first day the kids come. So like, you know, this past week was just like teacher work days and stuff. Wednesday was open house. So I got to get like a small glimpse of these kids. Oh my God. One kid has asthma, but the problem is he doesn't speak English at all, and that stresses me out because kids can generally tell when like they're they're gonna have like an allergy attack or they're inhaler, but he's not gonna be able to communicate that with me, and I feel like as a result of that, I might not be able to catch on that he's about to have an asthma attack until it's already getting kind of bad to where like they're wheezing or something. You know what I mean? That's a bad combination. Bad combination. Not being able to speak, not speaking English in an English school, but having asthma, and I really hope that he's good at like nonverbal communicating that to me, because that is scary. I really don't want to wait until like I don't want it to wait until it's like bad or anything to like send him to the office, because I just don't know what he's trying to tell me. Gotta rate him one. It's 1:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, yes, good night. Thanks for the rate. I appreciate it. Good night. Have good sleeps, okay? Okay, have good sleeps, you better. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. Open house. Yeah, and then what else? What else happened? Oh yeah, I had another parent who was giving me like attitude. You want to know why they were giving me attitude? It was literally because because they showed up and registered their kid for our kindergarten during open house. So she showed up, like registered her kid to attend this school. They just randomly assigned her to my class, and then she was upset with me for not having information on her child and her. Like, she was like, you didn't know I was coming to your class? Girl, you just registered today. She walked in the front, said, yes, I would like my kid to go to kindergarten here. Okay, we're gonna get you set up and register and stuff here. This could be your teacher. And then comes to my class and she's like, why don't you know my student's ID number? Why don't you know that I was coming? Like, why don't you have a folder prepared for me? I don't understand. Why don't you know which day my kid is coming to school? Because we do staggered entry in kindergarten, which basically, like, we get a different set of kids every day. Like, you break up the class, right? I get 4 students Monday, 4 students Tuesday, 4 students Wednesday, 4 students Thursday. That way, you can slowly introduce a kindergarten into school without like putting all that stress of just dropping them off and they're stuck here forever. And it also gives us time to assess them, to know like what they need to look out for, like what to look out for, because we don't have any prior information on these kids. Like older grade levels, first grade, second grade, third grade, they have like information, right? There's a trail with like any write-ups. They can look at write-ups. They can ask their previous teacher. They can look in like the system. Have they had any like behavior issues? Or how are they performing academically? We don't have that, so we test them the first day during this like period where only a small amount of kids come each day. And this parent was mad that I didn't know which day she was supposed to be coming. She was like, why? So you don't know which day my child is supposed to come to school? No, you just showed up today. I was like, I told her, I said, you can guarantee Friday, because Friday is the first day that all students are coming, but I don't know what your child's specific day is. Like, I don't know if she's coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everyone's coming Friday, so if you don't have a specific day, just come Friday is what I told her. And I found out that actually all parents knew. Every single parent knew which day their kid was coming in, because when they register a kid at the front, they tell them, they go, okay, you're going to be in Miss Blue's class this year. Your day that you need to come is Tuesday. So that means the lady was already told the information, either forgot or didn't write it down, and then got mad at me for not knowing. For not knowing. Like, I was so done with that lady. I also felt kind of bad though, because I kept her waiting for a long time, since like I had a million parents in the classroom for open house. I had 13 parents in there, and they were all like surrounding me, asking me questions and stuff. And this lady who like her kid just like applied, I didn't know she was coming, so I didn't have a folder made, so I couldn't like give her paperwork. So she stood on the side for like a while, just waiting for me to like finish answering the questions, and the parents that were already there and stuff, because I was like you just registered today, you're going to wait, like. But she was so mad. I was like, girl, I'm gonna need you to like calm down, because she was like rolling her eyes, which I also think I made it funnier, was that like her daughter was translating for her. So like the mom like had her arm crossed and she was rolling her eyes around. And her daughter, she was speaking Spanish, and her daughter was translating like with all smiles, just word for word. Like, my mom says that is asking like, you don't know what day our child's supposed to come. Like she would like roll her eyes and say some message to like her child, and her child would like give me like a very passive aggressive message, but like smiling through while telling me, because she was just like translating her word for word. I thought it was really funny, but I was like, oh my gosh, like lady, please. Also, I had a trouble with a parent last year. Like she was really rude, cursing people out, talking trash to people left and right. Guess what? That parent is going to be in the class next door this year because apparently she has another kid and I didn't know that. So her little sister is going to be in the next door class, and that is going to suck for the teacher next door. But my next door teacher, she's been teaching for 10 years and she's really like strict. Like if you give her attitude, she'll give you attitude back, so it should be fine. Hi Yuki. Hey. So it should be fine. I hope that goes. I feel like if anyone could deal with that parent, is her. I pretended to do something really slow, like staple something while looking at her intensely. Yeah, or something like that. I was just surprised. Also, so open house started at 4:30, right? The time leading up until open house was terrible. Okay, Yuki. Was terrible because they gave us a bunch of papers to put in folders to give to parents, but we were like, wait, we're missing like so many different papers. Like how come this set of papers they gave us includes this and this, but this set of papers don't got nothing in them? So we were so confused. We were like, why are we missing this paper and that paper and this paper? So we were over there like contacting admin or anybody who's in charge trying to figure out what's going on, and nobody was responding to us. This was like 2 hours before open house started, and we're over like, oh my gosh, like we don't have like all of our papers. What are we supposed to do? And so we just at some point we're like, you know what, fine, if no one's going to like answer our questions or like help us, we're just going to copy the papers ourselves and help ourselves, right? So it became, since my room was already done and I was pretty much chilling, it became my job to make copies for everybody. So I went back and I made 1 million different copies of 1 million different papers for everyone. I started passing them out. Then, as I'm passing them out to everybody, can I sing? Well, I try. Castro. Then as I'm passing all these papers that I just spent all this time printing and making, I pass all these papers out to everybody. And you know what they tell me? You know what they tell me? They go, admin finally shows up out of nowhere. All right, admin finally shows up. And they go, Miss Blue, why are you carrying all those papers? You're not supposed to be like making copies. What are you doing? And I was like, well, we were missing so many papers and no one was answering our messages, so we made the papers ourselves. And they go, no, Miss Blue, you weren't supposed to have copied those papers because the parents already got those papers in the mail this year, and this year all the papers are available online. And I just looked at her like, so y'all didn't think it was important to tell the entire school that this year we're not going to be passing out like 90% of the papers that we've done every single year, by the way. Some of these teachers have been working at this school for like 15 years. 15 years, and they use the same papers every year. And this is the 1 year that they finally like changed the papers, and they didn't tell not a single soul. We were over there like, okay, why are they not signing this document? Where's this paper at? We're missing this. They don't have the welcome letter for the school. They're missing like the school supply list, stuff like that. Like important papers were like gone. And they didn't tell us that the parents were both mailed it and that they had access to it online. We were all so mad. Like, they ghosted us the entire day, and when we finally decided to take action, then you're gonna spawn and tell me that there was no need for me to do that in the first place. Thank you, admin, thank you. Did they not tell you? No, communication at my school is really bad. It is probably the worst thing the school has going for it. It's just lack of communication. They will hold on to the most important information. They will just hold on to it. They won't tell you nothing. They put it in their back pocket and that's it. And I was like, all of like the kindergarten team, we were all so mad. We were like, ain't no way we were over here stressing about papers and stuff. Went out of our way to get them printed just for the school's people to be like, no, you don't need that. Miss Blue, you wasted time. Why you wasting time, Miss Blue? You don't need that. Why you wasting time, Miss Blue? Listen. I cannot throw paws with these people because I need to keep my job. However, I can throw paws verbally on my Cyan channel because no one knows who I am. And that's what I'm going to do. Anonymity is the best thing I got for me. You know, I can just tell all of my grievances and no one will know. Good times. But I think that sums up the chaos that happened. Yay, relax time, Panda! I think that sums up the chaos that happened during open house. Let me see. I told you I keep a little notebook of like things I write down. Let me see. I talked about how we were missing all the papers, how 13 parents came at once, how there was kids throwing stuff and I couldn't do nothing about it because I had so many parents asking me questions. How my demon child came and was throwing stuff, checking yes on allergies. The amount of students, so many of my students wear diapers this year, right? Not my students, but like students in kindergarten in general. And I mentioned that earlier today, but like the specifics as to why these parents, if you understand my name, your name, wait, sorry, I got distracted by someone in my Twitch chat. If I understand your name, well, to me, your name looks a lot like Arctic Monkeys, which is the name of a band, but that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That was the closest thing I got to understanding anything. But yeah, I have a lot of... Also, hi, John. I have a lot of students this year. There's a lot of students in kindergarten this year who wears a diaper. And one of the students wears a diaper, and the student who wears a diaper in my class, she's actually potty trained. But the reason that she wears... W Streamer, I got it right? Yes! Yes! And I listened to Arctic Monkeys in high school. I haven't listened to it anytime soon. But yeah, I got it. Anyways. So the student that's in my class, I'm a kindergarten teacher, student in my class who wears a diaper. She wears a diaper because she's potty trained, right? She's potty trained. But... she gets nervous. She gets nervous when she goes to the bathroom. Like she's afraid she's gonna wet herself, so she wears a diaper as a safety blanket. And this parent is enabling her by buying diapers. Bro, she needs to learn how to go to the bathroom without a diaper on. So the parent's like, oh, you don't have to worry about like anything like changing her or anything. You know, she knows how to. Well, I'm gonna assume she knows how to like take it on and off and stuff. But like she can go to the bathroom and stuff, like the diaper herself, but. Yeah, it's a safety blanket. I'm like, girl is too old. Finish making a talkie about you. What does that mean? What does that mean? What is that? She actually got it? Yeah. Oh, what? Is that a crazy thing? His name looks like Arctic Monkeys. It's just a Mythica feel like. It's just Arctic Monkeys, but without the C. And like, pronounced different, but I don't know. I'm too good, I guess. I'm too good. Guys, I'll do anything for the follow. I'll do anything for the follow, even guess your names. We have another kid who wears a diaper. They're autistic. But being autistic is not a medical reason as why you're wearing a diaper. We have 2 kids who are autistic who wear diapers, actually. So I'm not really sure what that's about, because autistic children can be potty trained just as fine as other students can. Like, that's the first time I've ever seen, like, autism be used as an excuse for, not being potty trained. Like, what does autism got to do with using the bathroom? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Her mind transcends time and space. Well, when my brain jumps around as often as it does, of course I'm going to pick up on things like that. My brain hopscotches, jumps, bounces off the wall. My brain is too brainy, you know? Why is there a fork in the wall? I put it there. Sorry, I ate the fork. Let me see. Okay, that's everything I wanted to talk about with open house. I'm looking at my like just chatting notes. I had to get my tea out. I've been holding in all this information for so long, and now I can finally tell somebody about share my grievances with chat, because it makes interesting stories, but at the same time, it's like, what? Panda got his fork stuck in the wall, I guess. I don't know. I put the fork in the wall, though. All right, so we talked about before school started, like the classroom conditions. We talked about open house. Now I got one final topic before I start spewing into randomness, all right? Into randomness. Co-worker drama. We've been working for 1 week. I've been working for 1 week. It is the first week back to the school year. And guess what? We already got co-worker drama. We already got co-worker drama. It's been 1 week. We worked for 5 days. 5 days of employment. All right. And the kindergarten teachers already beefing. They've been out here. They talking down to others. Welcome to the puppy parade, Frelia. They've been talking down to each other like for one of our teachers. Hi, Jova. One of our teachers is out because she has surgery, so she's going to be out for a few weeks to recover. So as a result, we have this sweet old lady. I'm gonna call her grandma because I love her and I treat her like my grandma. I would do anything for that lady. So now we got sweet old lady grandma. I'm gonna call her teacher grandma. We got teacher grandma taking the place of the other teacher as a sub for like the next 6 weeks until the teacher gets recovered, right? So teacher grandma, she real old, she forgets things, she has trouble understanding a lot of stuff, but she real good with the kids and she tries her best. So teacher grandma trying her best, she's trying to figure out what's going on. Obviously they just threw her back into the class. They just threw her into the classroom. So she's never done an open house before. She's never done staggered entry, which is what we did with the kindergartners. She's subbed into classrooms, but that's usually middle of the year, right when the classrooms are already set. Hey, Liffy! But the teacher grandma got thrown into this classroom in the beginning of the year, so she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know all the prep. She doesn't know the prep work that goes into she doesn't know the prep work that's required to get a classroom up and running. She doesn't know how to establish the rules in the beginning. Hi, Tech Fat. She doesn't know any of that. She's teacher grandma, she's just a substitute. She's just subbing in for a few weeks, right? So tell me why this other coworker has been being really passive aggressive and kind of mean to this lady. I'm like, this lady was just thrown into the beginning of a school year for kindergarten. Kindergarten is the hardest year to start off in because the kids don't know anything. You have to teach them everything. And oh my god, they were mean. It's just one of my coworkers. She's just been really mean to her. The mean coworker was oh, let's come around to each person and be make sure that you're including this and this and this on your tags because teacher grandma didn't include it in hers. And I was like, girl, don't you do teacher grandma like that. Teacher grandma nice, okay? We ain't gonna be mean to teacher grandma. Teacher grandma is nice. She's my mima, I took her in as my own grandma, all right? I was so mad. She was there being passive aggressive to this lady who's just trying her hardest, and I'm like, why? Or she was can you tell teacher grandma to stop making this form and stop filling out this form, making this chart? Because the teacher who's supposed to be at home and not doing anything is actually doing all of it for her. So can you tell teacher grandma to stop? And I was like, sure. So I said, hey, teacher grandma, I was just letting you know that the teacher that you're covering for, she's actually at home making these forms already. So you actually don't have to do it because she's doing it. And teacher grandma goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So I don't have to do this? And she was like, And I was like, no, you don't. She's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that. And then so I told mean teacher, hi, Fish. How are you? I told mean teacher. I was like, yeah, I told teacher grandma about the forms and that she doesn't need to do it anymore. And you know what the mean teacher goes? She goes, the old teacher, grandma lady, she knows not to do that because I had a conversation with her earlier about it, but she just don't want to listen. You know, mean teacher lady is very old. She's in her 60s. She is going to be teacher grandma age someday. And if she chooses to still work and be at this school when she's really old, I am going to be mean to her like she's mean to teacher grandma. All right, teacher grandma, she's like 80. She's like 80, who decided to help us out by subbing in for a classroom. Sorry, okay, I have a lot of people who are just joining in. Like, I had like 5 people who said hi to me in the past like 5 minutes. I'm talking about, okay, I'm a kindergarten teacher. This is my first week back at school. We are like, it's teachers it's not gonna say teacher appreciation, that's not the right word. It's like the teacher work days before you go back into a classroom, right? We gotta get everything prepped up. One of the teachers is absent, and because she had surgery, so she's out for a few weeks. And as a result, I call this lady teacher grandma because she's really old and really sweet. She's real old and real sweet. Teacher grandma is taking over the other teacher's classroom for a while, right? And this other lady is just so mean to her because she's like, just because teacher grandma, you have to tell her things multiple times. You have to show her a lot of stuff. Oh, bye, Ace. I like seeing you. Thanks for stopping by. You have to tell her lots of things. Like, you have to go slow with her because she's older, right? It takes her a little while to, like, understand stuff. You have to show her things. But you really just got to be patient because she's, like, really old. And they got the audacity to be mean to her. I just cannot understand the concept of like being rude to teacher grandma. Like, she's so sweet to everybody. She's trying her best. And not only is she trying her best, but she literally like they called her personally. Like the person who's absent called her and asked her if teacher grandma could come sub in for our class. And she said yes. She did not have to do that. So the fact that this woman who's actually retired, but she's retired, but she's like really helpful anyway. She likes to help people. So like if you ask her to do something, she's going to say yes. So we call this lady who's already retired to come and help, and we gonna be mean to her? Oh man, that drives me insane. I'm like, we should not be doing that. Like it's just one coworker. That's not. Never being mean to the grandma teacher is just, it is sad. It is sad. I was like, it's making me mad because one of these days I'm gonna snap back and they're gonna be surprised because they be like making those passive aggressive comments like to me about her. And one of these days I'm gonna be like, well, you're one to talk. You just as old. Because the other lady, she's like 60. I'm like, girl, it's not that long from now where you're gonna be teacher grandma's age. And I hope every like, I hope that you are treated the way that you are treating her right now. Is basically it. I hope that she is treated the way that she's, you treat others the way you want to be treated. I hope she is treated the way she is treating others. Basically, this is what I'm getting, because it's just crazy. Your stream, what kind of games you play on here? I am not a gamer. I don't play games. I just yap most of the time. I'm gonna be honest. I don't play games these days. And if I do play, I play with somebody, but I'm not a gamer. I'm a just chatting streamer. I'm a yapper. I'm a yapper because I'm so dapper. I'm sorry, that was really cringe. I'm glad Kotaru is not here to hear that. I'm glad he wasn't here to witness that. He got the story right now. But yeah, I'm a kindergarten teacher and I'm gonna have plenty of stories to tell each week. You're gonna die now? Wait, no, don't die. I'm sorry, Zuko. I won't do it anymore. I'll be nice and cringeless. Well, I'll be cringeless to an extent. I'm still a dog girl on the internet. I feel like by default, just by being an anime dog girl on the internet, I have already reached a certain level of cringe, right? I feel like I've already reached like a certain level of cringe that can't be undone. I mean, I'd be barking into the microphone like, well, I don't know. I'd be like, I woo, you know. And so I feel like that's a certain level of cringe. Y'all have not seen me from 2021 to 23. What happened in those years? I was extra cringe in high school. That was a million years ago. Hi, Debug, and hi, Purple. You're not there. But yeah, I was talking. You passed the cringe of no report, bro. No, you passed the cringe of. You passed the cringe point of no return. This is your life now. I know. I know. I am the cringe. Welcome to the Poppy Parade, Jack. I don't want to be cringe though. I want to be cool. I want to be cool. But you know what? I guess I'll take cringe over being like inappropriate, so I'll take that. Any person, I feel like most like content that's like tailored towards like all ages it's going to have to be cringe at like a bit cringe at some point, you know what I mean? Because like kids are cringe. So obviously the content that appeals to kids gotta be a little cringe, right? Also, welcome to the Poppy Parade, San Lorena. Like it's gotta be a little cringe. And part of the topic of cringe, it kind of feels weird sometimes when people call like certain things I do cringe. For example, I'll make like a TikTok just sharing like a wholesome story, for example, and someone will be in the comments like, ew, cringe. Can you imagine if your students found this? And I'm like, the stories I'm telling are like geared towards a young audience. So I mean, if they found it, I mean, I think they would be okay. I think they would be okay. You know what I mean? Or for example, some people, especially on YouTube, because YouTube comments are mean. All right, they're not as mean as like any other platform, or at least for me. I get a lot of comments on YouTube about like, oh my god, I can't believe she's telling stories like this, or she's talking like this, and she a grown woman. They'd be like, grown woman, by the way, grown woman. Is that a fairy tale? I mean, I guess you can consider it a fairy tale. I am a dog girl, so. But yeah, people will comment on like my content, which is like geared towards like a younger audience, and they'll be like, man, this is a grown woman, by the way. I'm like, yeah, grown people do make content for children. That's how like all TV shows for kids are produced, by the way. They're grown people making content for children. That's just how it goes. It's hard for kids to make kid content because that becomes an issue, right? Kids for who make kid content need their parents' approval and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like you know, it's so weird. It's such a weird thing that when people say that, I'm like, yeah, kid comments, adults make kid content. Kids don't typically make kid content. Now kids will voice and be in like content, but most of the time like the scripts and stuff are written by the adults too. So like like I don't know. They'd be like, oh man, your content is so childish and you're an adult. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. That is the point. Kindergarten might be young for this, but you need to pass along all the Gen Alpha slang. I don't know Gen Alpha slang because they are so young. They don't really keep up with that stuff. My kindergartners, they pick up on like, the only thing they'll pick up on is trending music, like songs. Like one of my kids last year, the thing she would always do all day long, she'd go meow 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 meow. Like that's what she would do all day long, you know, because that was a trending song like a few months ago. So they know the trending songs. They don't, or like Chicken Jockey, that was one. But most of the time that's all I pick up on is the songs. They don't tend to pick up on the slang yet. Slang doesn't come until a little older. The real cringe is judging people who are just being happy with what they're doing and isn't harming anyone else. That's facts! Yeah, you tell them! You tell them, NDG! YouTube comments are basically a symptom of Instagram comments. See, well, it depends on which side of Instagram you want, because my side of Instagram is nice and friendly. My side of YouTube is mean. I bet you can go on any like YouTube like short of mine right now and you'll see at least like one mean comment. I don't really experience that much on other platforms. Well, I guess I do. I guess it's like a difference in the type of mean comment. So like for example, like mean comments on TikTok for example are like they're usually like vague, like you're dumb or something like that. But they're usually like really vague, unspecific, something that they probably comment on everybody's video like you're dumb. Um you're stupid, you're dumb or something like nasty, and then they like make inappropriate comments. YouTube comments though, they be so specific. They know how to hit you where it hurts because they be so specific and overly critical, and I'm like, whoa. Instagram comments be like, I hate VTubers, and then TikTok comments be like, haha, you're ugly. And then YouTube comments be like, the fact that you would even say this one specific line and this, the fact, let's for example, let's say my latest TikTok that I posted. I'm behind on my YouTube Shorts uploads, but they're all on TikTok. My TikTok's latest one is about like how Kotaro that I licked his elbow once and it was an actual dog. It was a whole thing. I can imagine once it goes on YouTube, I'll probably end up with the comment like, actually, I can't believe that you guys would even, I don't even know, I can't even think of it. They're real good at making negative stuff. Welcome to the Puppy Parade Flame. I don't think, they're so good at making bad, like making everything negative. They'll be like, actually, the fact that you would even sit next to that guy named Kotaru and like not even like say hi to him, because you didn't say hi to him in the video. The fact that you like didn't say hi to him is probably why he accused you of licking him, and that means you're like crazy. Actually, the fact that dog walked in the band room and you didn't immediately get up out of your seat and get the dog food and water is actually why you're a bad person and we should all hate you. Like, it's so specific and like they're like reaching. They're always like, YouTube mean comments are specific and always reaching, and that's so crazy to me. Whereas like all the other like platforms comments are like, you're dumb, hee she ugly, hee I hate VTubers, VTubers are dumb, hee you're a clown, hee, you know. Like crazy. Oh, this is a grown woman, by the way. I see that comment and think, duh, content creators tend to be older in general. Also, VTubers, being a VTuber costs a lot of money. Most of the VTubers that you find are usually like over the age of 18 and like are adults. Not simply because it costs a lot of money to get a custom model made. Hi, Tanjure, how are you? It takes a lot of money and time to get a model made, which is why a lot of VTubers tend to be on the older side. Same thing with like furries, because I think VTubers. It baffles me when people who like VTubers don't like furries, because I'm like, we're practically in the same boat. Like, we're both like dressing up as something else online, basically. And like half of us have are like a different kind of animal. So I always thought it was weird when people when they like one but they don't like the other. But I lost my point. I started ranting. I started talking about furries, and then I forgot what I was initially talking about. So I've seen some of the comments on YouTube Shorts. A lot of them are another level unhinged. They are! I think it's also because YouTube Shorts, like, YouTube Shorts aren't voluntary. Like, you don't look at a short and go, I'm gonna click on that. Most of the time, it just ends up in your feed. And I think that's why YouTube Shorts end up a lot more, like, mean than like everything else, because like YouTube videos, you look at the thumbnail and you go, oh, that looks interesting, it's a VTuber, and then you click on it. So like it usually like weeds out like the not nice people or the people who hate VTubers, but that doesn't happen with YouTube Shorts, because in Shorts it's just in your face. But also at the same time, if you're getting recommended a VTuber, you probably already watch VTubers, so I don't know. You're actually seeing comments where YouTube warned me and made me click on it to see. Like, bro, I had no idea that's even thing. I haven't seen that yet. I have not seen that yet. But I believe it. Internet is a blessing and a curse. It sure is. I love being on the internet. It's fun. I like being a VTuber dog who talks to people. I also like how I talk more now and like don't game as much. I do miss gaming. I do, but I don't. I miss like gaming alone, I guess you could say. I don't really necessarily miss streaming games, but I prefer not to stream games. I mean, whenever I do, like my audience disappears, and also like I have to ignore chat, and like I just want to have like a good conversation. But I'm not good at multitasking well enough to be like I don't think I have it in me to be a gamer streamer. Like I'm really bad at multitasking. I have trouble like yapping while gaming. Whenever I'm playing a game, all of my yaps become about the game, and I think that's what like deters people from watching me game a lot of times, because I'm yapping about the game, and that's not as fun as just yapping to yap, you know. So I get it. I do get it. Hi Nardo, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? That's how a gaming streamer works. Yeah, but gaming streamer never worked for me. Whenever I was a gamer streamer for like 4 years straight, and it just never worked out. Never worked out. My Minecraft stream was quite chill. It was a good balance in my opinion. Yeah, good balance to you. Half my audience disappeared when I played Minecraft. You know, that's just tends to be how it goes when I play like any game. Like not like a good 50% of like people who watch me are like, ew, she's not chatting. Ew. Hi, Vtuber Gator. How are you? It's like 7 p.m. for you? Oh. Then this is not a Yip Yap Mornings for you. Then this is a Yapping After Bark stream. Yapping After Bark. Oh. Well, both sides of the glasses are broke now. I have never used more tape in my life. Oh goodness. You're taping your glasses back together. I've seen people do that. I haven't had to do that, but I've seen people do that. Good morning to you too, Nardo. Pretty was biased overall as I was trolling. You were trolling as a ghost, so it's very nice. Pretty awesome yap session. Yeah! You ended up on my feed, so you're doing something right. Yeah! Yeah! I'm glad you guys like watching. I've noticed that my Yip Yap mornings are the more popular for my streams. And any stream that involves either another person or gaming just does not do as well. That's why most of the time I like solo stream, just talking. Hi Corp Doggo, how are you? Welcome to the puppy parade. Also, I'm really good at yapping, so I figure, you know, why not just hone into what you're good at? And I'm good at talking nonstop. I got bullied in middle school for talking nonstop. Now look at me, Mom. Now look at me. I'm a big girl on the internet. Look at me. You're sick? Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm gonna be sick too. I'm gonna be sick very soon. So, yeah, you guys will be watching out for that. I'm a kindergarten teacher. School's starting back up again. I will most definitely be sick within the next 2 weeks. So, you got an Uber? How do people handle sitting in a car with strangers? I don't know. That's why Ubers are like the last result for me. And like, Ubers are like if I had no other choice. Like, I'd rather get picked up by somebody I like hardly even talk to than get picked up by a stranger. Related to a certain topic I'm very versed in, I will make sure you know more of it. Oh, I know. Every person in chat seems to have one thing that they're very knowledgeable about. I actually talked about that last just chatting stream, which like a week ago. About how everybody in here has one very specific topic that they could probably talk about for hours. Which is crazy. Like, where's my topic? I wish I had one specific topic I was knowledgeable about enough to talk about for hours, but I don't think I have one. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a jack of none. I don't know much, which I think makes talking more fun because my brain is empty. Oh my god, empty brain, empty brain. You're not going back to sleep? Why not? Talk about several topics for hours. I guess. Well, topics that I can talk about for a long time is probably drama. I am very knowledgeable about YouTube drama and VTuber drama, but like, I don't know if that could do for a good make for a good topic, but I watch a ton of drama videos all day long. That's my go-to video. 90 Day Fiance, life after, love after lockup, YouTube, VTuber drama videos. Like, I know every VTuber that has fallen from grace. I know every I know everything that's going on. Sometimes, at least during the summer, I learned a lot about like VTuber stuff. Like I read a lot about like VTuber growth and a lot of things. So I was like studying on how to grow as a VTuber. Need some water. Of course, everyone needs water. You can't live without it. To be honest, drama may be a good topic to talk. I don't know if I want to talk about drama all day. I already gave you guys like an hour of my work drama. Anyways, guys, while we think about what to talk about, there will be an ad break in 30 seconds over on Twitch. During that time, I'm going to put the be right back screen on and you can watch my own ads instead. I'm playing the system anyways. Okay, during that time, you should get some water, get a snacky snack, get something, and I'll be right back. It's 3-minute ad break. Don't fight me, fight Twitch. Some people get mad at me like it's my fault. It's 3-minute ad break. Well, we'll be back after that, okay? I like to do ad breaks so that no one has to miss anything. Alright, be right back. Guys. Pop Chat message got blocked by Twitch Automod, and do you know why? Because they said ads with trolleys and Jack Black is crazy. And do you know what Twitch flagged them for? It flagged them for saying Black is crazy. It took the message out of context and it highlighted Black is crazy. It was like, do you allow this? Bro. What if we were talking about the color black? Like this whole room, like the room is all black, you know, black is crazy, you know what I mean? Like too much, I don't know, man. But that's so silly to me. Ooh, hi Firefly though, hello. I like to explain every stream the Twitch ads. Guys, don't get mad at me for 3 minutes of ads. You either get 3 minutes of ads that Twitch will let you know in advance are coming up, and then you don't get any other ads for an entire hour, or you get bombarded with random 30-second ads that I don't know about, and each person gets 30-second ads at different points in time. So you could ask me a question, go, hey Cyan, what is the meaning of life? And I'll go, oh, okay, Billy, the meaning of life is, and then you'll get a 30-second ad. So to avoid that, we do 3 minutes of ads once an hour. That way we can prepare for it and you don't get bombarded at random moments. It sucks, but it's not my fault. I did it before and anyone else's when they said nothing but ads. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of ads. Also, you joined the Discord? Welcome to the Discord, Nardo. Welcome to the Discord. You are very welcome. You're welcomed. You are welcome. You are welcome in the server. I'm sorry, I can't speak words. What if I'm watching a live-saving video and I get hit with the... Okay, but like what Twitch is live streaming though. You're gonna be watching like a live-saving video on Twitch and get 3-minute ads? Is somebody showing people how to like save a life live on Twitch right now? Is that what's going on? That would be interesting though. That would be very interesting. Oh no, that's not what I want. I'm trying to get I want the Discord invite. The Discord invite from Nightbot onto YouTube. But it won't let me do the copy. It won't let me do the things. There we go. I did it. Anyway, so to beat the system, while you're dealing with Twitch ads, I have my own ads. Yeah. So if you don't have ads, now you got them. Yeah. And now you get Cyan ads. Buy my merch. Buy my stickers. Drink water. What else? I'm supporting charities. You know the vibes. CPR stream would go hard. You know, I apparently, welcome to the Buddy Parade Phantom. Apparently I took CPR in middle school. Like you have to learn how to do that. I don't recall ever doing that. What I recall is, because you have to take it, it's a requirement to pass like high school. In order to graduate, you have to at least take like a CPR class. And they claimed I took it, but I never did. So I don't know how any of that works. They just put it on my transcript and said it happened. And I was like, okay, bet. Yep, it definitely happened. I most definitely know how to perform CPR. Which now I work with like children, so I should probably learn like the basics of first aid. Just so that like if a kid in my class starts croaking, then like I can help them. But also at the same time, the more training you do and the more like knowledgeable you are, the more they're gonna like pull you out of your classroom and make you help other people do other things, and I don't want that. They'd be like, oh, well, you have this information under your belt now, so now you're gonna come over here and do this thing. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Cyan used to do CPR learning. I do. You know, it's funny, when you work at a daycare, you're required. Like, when you work at a daycare, you're required to learn basic first aid. Like, you have to take a first aid class, teach you, like, the AED, like, little, like, electric thingy thing, and CPR and a few other things. To work at a school, you're not required to do that. All you're required to do is to watch a video that says, here's what to do if something bad happens. So I might know what to do, although I'm probably not going to remember a video I watched like one time, and it's supposed to like go back to like a video is not going to do much anyways. Pump to the beat of Staying Alive. I heard that you can also pump to the beat of Golden. Up, up, up is our moment. You know, together we're going. Gonna be golden. You know what I mean? That song is way too high pitched for me to sing, by the way. I can't say that was way too high pitched. Do you have any tips on how to make the perfect VTuber? What is your definition of a perfect VTuber, though? I feel like a VTuber that's perfect to you is probably not going to be perfect to someone else. Like, perfect is so subjective. Hi, Shadow. How are you? Like, the perfect VTuber, as in like design-wise, content-wise, layer. I'm gonna need more questions. I'm gonna need a little more specifics. Was it upon a time I learned CPR and nowadays barely remember how to do it? Yeah, I'm sure they might have told me one time in middle school, but like, if somebody was like dying in front of me, I don't know if I'd be able to help them that much. I'm not. The only thing I know and remember from like the videos specifically they're required to watch about like health stuff is bloodborne illnesses are bad, and if a kid is bleeding, don't touch it. Don't touch them. They can put the band-aid on themselves, or if you're going to touch them, wear gloves. That's all I got. Hi, Scuff. Hi, New. I'm Cyan. I'm a marching band dog. I don't know if you can tell. Some people think I'm an ice cream truck lady. That's okay. I like ice cream, so I'll drive an ice cream truck if that means making people happy. Why that song? Why do I hear that everywhere on Twitch I go? Because it's a good song. Ice cream, yeah. People look at my design and some people think I'm one of the what's the word? Parlor? Ice cream parlor? The person who has like a little little stand and like makes ice cream and like sells ice cream. And that's what people look at me and they're like, oh, she must sell ice cream. Which, like, people who sell ice cream just wear normal uniforms around here. I don't know. I remember everything. That was the only way I passed my test at school about CPR and first aid kit. See, that's the thing. You're supposed to have passed a test to do it at the school system. But they just looked on my transcript. It said I did it. I never did it. But someone marked it as complete on my transcript. So I literally never had to do that. I never had to take a test on it. Never had to really learn much about it. Unless it happened like sometime like super early in middle school and I forgot about it. Because you had to take it in middle school or high school before you could graduate. But like they checked it off. They said I had done it. So apparently, guys, if you need help with not dying, I'm your girl, because my transcript said I took the thing. I'd like ice cream. Oh, I want ice cream too. Ooh, now we're talking about ice cream. I'm gonna have to tell Kataru after stream's over to go get some ice cream with me. We'll probably just get a cookout milkshake. Yeah, I want a cookout milkshake. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. I'm gonna get me a cookout milkshake. It's gonna taste so good. I was about to say ooey gooey good, but ice cream is not really ooey gooey, and if it is, you should probably put it in the trash because it's nasty. It's nasty, 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 nasty. I was doing the dishes today. The dishes have piled up for a while because it's my first week back into work, so I mostly just came home and crashed because I'm not used to working and much. I mean, I went through a whole, you go through a whole summer and you're like, have the summer off, and once you get back into work, it's like the most tiring thing ever. It's gonna take me a few weeks to adjust, but since it's my first week, I literally just went home and crashed every day, so the dishes really piled up, and it got really gross, and the house is still dirty, so I'm gonna be cleaning the house this weekend, catching up on my cleaning duties, but I want to say there was something like white and chunky in the sink, and it smelled really gross, and I'm going to assume that it was like milk from something, like maybe like like maybe like Kotaru made something that involved milk and like it ended up in the sink, and it was so nasty. I was doing the dishes like my nose, Hope it's not mobile. Whatever it is, it's gone because I did the dishes. So. Whatever it is nice and clean and does not exist anymore. It's down the drain, away from me. Yeah, today's gonna be a clean day. When I start working, most of my cleaning happens on the weekend with like a little bit here and there throughout the week. But the big cleans are weekend. I'm gonna clean the bathrooms, and I'm gonna clean the kitchen, I'm gonna clean the living room. I'm gonna do the big cleans. You gotta do the big cleans. Thanks for the raid, Shura. How are you? What were you doing? What were you playing? How B? How what do? How B? How R? How RB? How RB? I sound like Orbeez. You guys remember Orbeez, right? Did you hear about that guy who got like in trouble with the Orbeez because he done filled like a bathtub with Orbeez, and then he realized he couldn't put them down a drain and he didn't know how to dispose of them properly, so like Orbeez got like all over the city and he got like a massive fine or something, or even I think it was a massive fine, right? I want to say it was a massive fine, but he just had an Orbeez disaster because he didn't realize that you can't just put them down a drain. So he kind of goes. Also, so anyways, how are you guys? We played more Final Fantasy IX. You know, Final Fantasy IX is one of the few Final Fantasy games I have no experience with it. And you couldn't stream for the past 3 days, so I'm glad to be back. I feel that so strongly. I mean, this is my first week back at like teaching at it, like being a kindergarten teacher. So like, this has felt like the longest week away from chat ever. Because my last stream was Tuesday. It's been so long. But yeah, Final Fantasy was like a title I was obsessed with growing up. My obsession has kind of died out, mostly because Final Fantasy is starting to push away from turn-based combat and like grand stories and going to like reactionary content, like action-based ones, and I don't like that, so I stopped. But I used to play, well, I will tell you the games I have opened up, right? I have like held in my hand and played. A lot of them I didn't get very far in, so take it with a grain of salt. But I played a Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6. I touched 7, barely got anywhere. I'm not even sure I can put 7 on the list. Same thing with 4, I hardly played 4, but I did play them. 7, I played 8. I did not play 9. I played 10. I played 10 too. I love the 10 series. I played 12. I love 12. I played 13. I love 13. I played 13 too. I love 13 too. I played 14. Kind of, not too long. 14 is kind of... I played 15. I loved 15. And I watched Kotaru play 16 for a little bit, but Final Fantasy 16 is not up to my Final Fantasy standards, I guess you could say. You'll meet me over there on Twitch? Okay. Someone gave me a hot pretzel with pickled flavors. I know this sounds weird, but I enjoy it. Ew. Ew. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 takes it into a weird direction. Like, a lot of people haven't played it either. Hi, Mixmaster! A lot of people haven't, I haven't heard anyone talk about Final Fantasy 16. It's been out for a while. It's just not that great. The combat, I didn't play it, obviously. I watched Kotaru play it, like I said, and we didn't finish the game. We probably got like halfway through. But like, there are so many like irrelevant side quests that like had nothing to do with like the main story. There were so many. The game also took a direction where they wanted to make it really mature. Like, Final Fantasy has always been a game for like teens or younger, depending on which game you played. This one, they decided it should be a mature. Hi, John. I see you. They decided this time it should be on a mature game, but like, it's still Final Fantasy, so like the maturity they added just felt really out of place and weird. Like, you got these grand stories always, but now you just have people like cursing and saying inappropriate things here and there. And I'm like, that's so weird. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Final Fantasy 16 is just not. And then the story has like a good thing going for it, but they just don't get to the main plot enough for it to be fun. Like they introduced this like really cool big main plot. Welcome to the Poppy Parade, Navi. Just for them to not talk about the cool main plot 90% of the time. Like, what a weird direction. Welcome to the Poppy Parade, Princess Kako. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Ah, look at this cool world we have made with this cool plot. Don't you want to learn more about it? Well, it's your lucky day because you won't be learning anything about it for a long time. You should play more Dragon Quest. I do like Dragon Quest, so... What do you do with the Orbeez in the trash? I don't think the person put the Orbeez in the trash. I think they ended up somewhere else. On topic of Final Fantasy, I'm hyped for Final Fantasy Tactics dropping. Okay, but like, I like Final Fantasy Tactics, and at least if they didn't take it off, you can play it on your phone for like a few dollars. Like, it's on the App Store. I'm sure they're going to remove it from the App Store since they're announcing like the Final Fantasy Tactics coming back, but I literally played it on the App Store. I played Final Fantasy Tactics from start to finish on the App Store years ago, and now they're making a new quote unquote new Tactics, and the only thing they added is like voice acting and like a handful of like extra stuff. I'm like, if you're going to charge, because it's Nintendo, by the way, you know they're going to charge $40 to $60. I'm like, if you're going to charge $40 to $60 for this game, you better add like entire extra like subplots, extra stories, extra characters. Welcome to the Poppy Parade, Scott. Because right now, I don't know. Someone check the App Store. Can you still play Final Fantasy Tactics on the App Store? You can literally buy it on the App Store. You literally can. My cousin's saying I'm weird because I'm eating hot pretzels with pickled flavors. I don't like pickles, so pickles are just nasty. I get ads in games for some unproved ads for kids to get. Oh, see, that's not good. I'm here every time you stream since I joined. How do I not have a stream streak? I don't know. I know in order to get a stream streak, you have to attend. You have to be in stream for X amount of time too. Also, I don't know. Maybe I sneaked up on you. Maybe I did a secret stream and you just didn't know about it. I don't know. I did my peak stream on Tuesday, and I don't remember what I did before that because any trying to remember longer than a week, it's a lot of brain power, and I don't have brain power because I'm a dog. So there's that. Kotaro is making breakfast, and I'm excited because I don't know what he's gonna make. I hope he makes a waffle, but I didn't get a chance to clean the waffle maker before I started streaming, so he probably won't because it's 30. How do you clean a waffle maker? Does anyone know? Does anyone know how to clean a waffle maker? I don't know how to do that. The waffle maker itself literally says do not submerge the thing in water. But like, okay, so what part do I clean and what part? How do I clean it? How do you clean it, guys? How do you clean a waffle maker? I've been playing most of the mainline games since we usually had Nintendo systems growing up, but I bought a bunch of spin-off. Man, we had every console growing up. I had a GameCube, a Game Boy, a Game Boy Color. No, Game Boy, sorry. GameCube, Game Boy Advance, not Game Boy Color. My cousin had a Game Boy Color. PlayStation 1. I have 2 PlayStation 2s. I've had every Nintendo console, actually. I've had a GameCube, a Wii U, a 3DS. I didn't have a 2DS, is that what they call it? I don't know. I had a 3DS though, and I have a Switch, and I have a Switch 2. So I've had most of the Nintendo consoles since GameCube. I had a PlayStation 1, and then a PlayStation 2, and we didn't go past that. So it stopped after PlayStation 2. Because then it became Xbox. So your Xbox had the Xbox. I was going to say Xbox One, but that already exists. So I had the original Xbox, and then I had the Xbox 360, and then I had an Xbox One. And I don't have the newer Xbox, but that's because I don't really play consoles like that. I'm more of a Nintendo girly these days. Mostly because Nintendo makes a lot of like cozier games. And the older I get, the less I want like a grand overarching story, and the more I want to just like relax. You know, I used to clown people when I was younger of the idea of like having easy mode for like games. Like I was like, what's the point of having an easy mode for a game or a story mode for a game? Like if you're going to play a game, you're gonna need to challenge and you need to experience it. And now I'm at the age where I'm like, if I am going to play a story game, I'm going to put it on the easiest mode possible. Preferably one that's just focuses on the story and less on combat and stuff. Makes battles easier. Because I am fully employed. Who has time to like, no one has time to like sit there and like listen to like all these like in-depth stories because I probably, if I play games, I'm only gonna play it every now and then, and if I try to pick up on a story game like multiple days later, I'm gonna forget what happened, and that was becoming a problem. I was like, I can't play story games anymore because I would play a game, put it down. The next time I play games was like 5 days later. By that time, I'm like, wait, what happened in the story? Where am I at? And it is too much. Like if I play story games, I have to play them daily or like close to maybe like every other day, so I know what's going on. And I don't have time for that no more. Well, not since being a VTuber at least. Now that I'm a VTuber, I don't have time. And I can't stream myself playing games. People don't watch those. People don't watch it when I stream games. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really have a desire to stream like games like that either. Well, some games I do, but not many. There aren't many games that I'm like, I really want to stream this, especially not story games. I used to stream a lot of story games, but the negative thing about streaming story games is that they're like chronological stories. So like that means if you miss like the first stream or two of me playing the game, then you're not gonna know what's going on. I don't like that. Especially when I'm just a yapper. You should be able to tune in at any time to my stream and know what's going on, you know. I have the original Xbox still and it works, and I'm missing my Xbox 360 because my Xbox 360 caught fire and you started crying. I didn't have any consoles catch fire, but I did have the Xbox 360 used to, if you slightly moved the game console while like a game was in, the laser would like ruin the game. I do have plenty of destroyed games because my dad would come in the room and like move things around and like shove the Xbox over and the game would break. And I remember one day my dad was like, something in this house smells like smoke, and he started like going around like rummaging this thing trying to spy what was wrong. And he picked up my Xbox 360 while we were playing a game, and I kept trying to tell him, like, I was like, no, you can't move that, you can't. Welcome to the Puppy Parade, Winter. I was like, you can't move the Xbox. If you move the Xbox, the game's not gonna work. He's like, I'm trying to figure out what's on fire, so that doesn't matter. And he like he literally picked up the Xbox, sniffed it, and then shaked it, and then smelled it some more, flipped it on the upside, smelled it some more. I was playing Oblivion, bro. I was so mad. I specifically remember I was playing Oblivion on the Xbox 360. And then the game didn't work, and my dad tried to say that it wasn't because of him. He was like, oh, that game was probably just gonna stop working anyway. That got nothing to do with me picking up your console and shaking it while you got a game in there. I don't mean. But then he started to feel bad, and that's actually how I got Skyrim. How I ended up playing Skyrim, because for growing up, like, you know, you don't have income, so when we had, the only way we'd get games for our birthdays and for Christmas. It was the only time you could get a game, right? So the only way we got Skyrim was because my dad literally broke Oblivion, and Skyrim had recently come out, I think. So we went to the store and we went to go get Oblivion, like another copy of Oblivion. Then we saw Skyrim was out, and we're like, well, I mean, Skyrim is the next game in the series, so why buy Oblivion when you can get Skyrim? And we got Skyrim at a GameStop. And the guy behind the desk at GameStop was trying to convince my dad not to let us buy the game, and I was about to beat him up. I was like, don't you stop? Did you see nothing? Also, bye, sure. Thanks for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful time doing whatever you're going to do. Take care. But yeah, that's how I got Skyrim, and I ended up playing Skyrim so much. I had so many hours in Skyrim. So many hours. Kind of proud of always having stuck to easy mode when I wanted to. Do people care about how I play games? Yeah, I just when I was a kid, I was just like, I can't play easy mode games. I'm not a wimp. Only wimps play easy mode games. Now look at me. I'm a adult who plays cozy games. I couldn't figure out why people play cozy games either. Like I see like a cozy like farm sim game, and I'd be like, why do people want to play this? Like, what is the appeal? And now, as an adult, I'm like, ooh, cozy game. Oh look, Power Wash Simulator. I clowned Power Wash Simulator when it first dropped, and then I bought it, and then I played like almost all the levels. And played almost all the levels. But I can't say nothing. I mean, cozy gaming is fun though. I'm a big cozy gamer. I might end up. I was thinking about playing a game. Requesting a Steam key for a game. There's a game called Squirreled Away. And it looks really cute. You're a squirrel and you go around and you can build your own tree house and you gotta try to collect all like the acorns and stuff. It looks really, really cute. And I was thinking about requesting a Steam key for that, because once you because I'm able to. Because I'm able to. There's a website. I don't know if you guys are streamers, any streamers here, but there's a website. It's called Lurkit. For some reason, people give you like a lot of tips on how to be a VTuber, how to do this and that. I don't see a lot of people talking about like game sponsorship. I see people talking about like bigger sponsorship, like gamer subs, which accepts like a lot of people, or like merch sponsorships and stuff. I don't think people talk about like game sponsorships as much. There's websites such as Lurkit. There's another one that's popular. I forgot what it's called. Where once you make content and you have X amount of followers, or you get X amount of viewers, like average viewers per month, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on making shorts on TikToks, or you're making YouTube videos, or you're making YouTube streams and stuff. Once you like reach like certain thresholds on those websites, you can request like Steam keys for games, and the developer will give you a copy of the game and for you to stream. So they give you a free game. Hi Sector. They give you the free game under the agreement that you just stream it and that you just make content about the game. And it's not like a contract. It's not like a contract where you have to say positive things. You just literally just have to stream the game. Whether it's positive or negative that comes out of it, you just have to stream it. And I was thinking about trying that out. Because people don't talk about it much. I came across it on accident, honestly. And I thought it was pretty interesting. And one of the games up there that I do qualify for is being able to request the Steam key for Squirreled Away. So I might do that. And then I might just stream it. I'm not sure. I haven't done one of those yet. I've been holding out on it because it kind of, I don't know, having the obligations to stream XYZ is kind of scary to me. Like, what if I stream the game and they go, I don't like her commentary or something? I don't know. I don't know. But I might just go for it. I might just go for it before I no longer meet the requirements, because the requirements are based on like your average viewership, and those fluctuate each month. So I'm gonna meet the requirements now, and the next month I like whoa, and then the month after that I'll meet the requirements again. So I never know. Hear me out. You could be a squirrel or a naked man in a pot with a hammer. No, I don't want to play it. I don't want to play Getting Over It. The game sounds terrible. I'm gonna play Getting Over It, and I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. I'm going to like end up being, I'm gonna be like on the floor rolling around screaming or something, and I'm gonna be really upsetty. Here's the thing, everyone wants to buy my PlayStation 4, but I'm not selling it. It's a gift from my father, but the PlayStation 3, I'm selling. Nothing's wrong with it. PlayStation 3's, does that console even perform well? Like, I don't remember like the PlayStation 3 like performing that well. But also, I haven't been in the PlayStation corner, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm currently watching a streamer and ads are not working for me. I guess, I don't know. I don't know how ads work. I don't know why ads for some people get it and some people don't get ads. But I guess I'm not complaining. Like if you don't have to sit through an ad, then that is not a problem, you know. That is like the opposite of a problem. That's an unproblem. That's a positive, and that's a good thing. A good thing. But I grew up with a lot of games. I grew up as a gamer, which is crazy because since I grew up at a lot of playing a lot of games, you would think I was an expert gamer, right? Like I feel like I grew up with games, so I should be like cracked at every game I play. But I'm not. I'm actually really bad at most forms of games. But I guess I grew up playing mostly turn-based games, and I'm kind of upsetty that turn-based games are getting. I won't say removed, but people aren't making turn-based games as often anymore, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I liked Final Fantasy because they were getting creative with their turn-based. Like they made like their games that were like half turn-based, half not. I like those a lot. I like those hybrids. I liked turn-based games, and now I don't make none. They do, but it's just not as many. And it's funny because I tried to go back and play some of the older turn-based games, for example. Like I tried playing one of the older Final Fantasies, but I ended up losing my mind. Do you know why? Because I forgot how invasive random encounters were. I tried to play some of the old games, and I remember being like really irritated with like random encounters as a kid, but that's like all the games. Like every game had random encounters, so it was just like whatever, you know. We all got random encounters, so you just gotta deal with it, like whatever. But as an adult in games where most of the time now you can see all the enemies coming up because of technology, how far it's come, going back to a game with random encounters is the most obnoxious thing. I tried to go back and play Final Fantasy X, and you'd have a nice cutscene with the guy. Oh man, oh that was a cute cutscene. And then you take 2 steps forward and then dun 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 dun. The battle music, bro. I was getting right so irritated because it was also in like places you wouldn't think that there would be like random encounters, but like random encounters were everywhere in those old games, you know. Like I would like just like I'd be at the beach or something, and I'm like, oh, what a pretty beach. Bum ba dum ba dum. Oh, it's a follow mission. I have to follow this guy around. Okay, let me go follow him. Dun 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 dun. Battle music constantly. I can't stand it. I really wish I could go back and play the old games like I used to, but I can't. Sector, you redeemed it. You're such a good boy. And rocks are good boys too. Hi, William. How are you? And, your V2 reminds me of Firefox and Windows. What? What does that mean? I'm a water fox? Am I water fox now? Am I a Firefox and Windows? I mean, I guess I am like kind of like Windows colors. I don't know. Also, hi Yue. How are you? But water fox. Yeah, I should start my own browser. Honestly, you know, Opera browser has their own VTuber. Maybe I'll like reach out to like Microsoft Edge and be like, hey, want me to be your VTuber representative? Yeah. Also, hi Amber. How are you? You ever thought of playing Judgment? It's a story-based Yakuza type game. It's really fun. It's only like 48 hours long. No, I haven't heard of that game before. I've actually never played one of the Yakuza games. I wanted to, and then it just didn't happen. There's a lot of games that I'm like, I really want to play that game, and then I just don't. You know those days where like you're like, I want to do something, but you don't know what to do. Hi, Pasta. So you go open up your Steam library, and then you just look at all the games you have. And you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you keep looking at your games, and you just can't decide. Like, what do I want to play? That's me. That's me 24/7. Guess I get to catch you? Yeah. Yeah. Sega has a VTuber. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog VTuber as well as a Tails VTuber too. I do know that. Crunchyroll has a, I don't think it's a VTuber, but I know they have like an anime like face of the group, which you know they're gonna make into a VTuber soon. Crunchyroll likes to tap into all their audiences. They're gonna make a VTuber. If Crunchyroll isn't already a VTuber, they're gonna make her into one. Also, welcome to the Poppy Parade, Pasta. You want to represent Nickelodeon. If I had to pick something to represent as a VTuber, I would probably want to represent like a game company that I really like. Like Marvelous, maybe. I like Marvelous Game Company, the ones who make Rune Factories and like Story of Seasons and stuff games. I wouldn't mind. Like I would sell my soul to Marvelous. Give me all your games for free and I will make sure I stream them. That's fine. I live for Rune Factory. It's my favorite game. She gives me Disney vibes. Yeah, please don't put me with Disney. I don't like Disney right now. We can come back to Disney later though. Once Disney gets their life together, then maybe. Hi Tylark, how are you? Tylark, it's been a while. It's been a million trillion gazillion bazillion years. Yeah? Yeah? How are you? Cutesy and soft, yeah, it has a comedic effect. I have comedic? I'm funny? I'm funny? Oh, I didn't know that. Dang. No one noticed me? What happened? Oh, hi, Happy. You're mega happy? I hope you're mega super happy. I hope you're mega super good. What's wrong with Disney? Yeah, Disney, I don't know. Disney has been off their game lately. Disney has been very off their game lately. They've been making subpar, kind of bad movies. They've been doing remakes of movies that already existed and making them worse by remaking it into 3D. I haven't watched any of their Disney TV shows, but like in high school, when I had come across like the modern like Disney TV shows they had when I was in high school, I was phasing out of that too. I didn't like those shows no more. They were becoming a lot more exaggerated and weird. You know, they ain't like they used to be with like Phineas and Ferb and Wizards of Waverly Place. Instead, they had when I was in high school, they had like Girl Meets World, which was a really trashy show that had a really trashy topic. Like it was so much. Wait, you're gonna steal me? You can't steal me, pasta. I saw that tea and coffee reel, by the way. Yeah, tea is gross, and so is coffee. And it's funny because in the comment section of the TikTok I made about like me not liking tea and me not liking coffee, people in the comments were like, "Well, just just drink hot chocolate." Guys, I'm a dog. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't like hot chocolate. It's nasty. I don't like hot chocolate either. They're like, oh, what about drinking like a cold glass of milk? I don't like milk. I'm sorry. I drink water, soda, and juice. That's it. Everybody was giving me all these alternatives, and they were all these things I really don't like. And I was like, that's gross. I'm trying to tell you what I was going to do. I know you're so busy, so I could talk. Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm scrolling up. You're going to set up a water wall. Oh. No, that's not what you said. I'm gonna scroll up. Nectar, are you sure you're... Not Nectar, sorry. Narda, are you sure your thing went through? I'm back now. I'm playing on your PS5. Is the last thing I saw is you playing on PS5. Steal her? No, don't steal me. Welcome to the Bunny Braid Happy. You know, I saw a plushie of like Happy from Fairy Tail the other day. I don't remember where I saw it at though, but I remember thinking like, wow, I can't believe this. Oh, I saw them when I was at vacation at the beach. That's right, because there's so many like different like stores and stuff there, and I remember seeing it there. Steal her? No, don't steal me. Don't steal me. It's good seeing you. My brain is cooked lately. Mine too. That's why you guys listen to me talk, because my brain is cooked and it makes your brains feel big brains. Ew. I see. I sound little brained, and it makes you guys go, oh, well, if she's so little brained, then I'm big brained in comparison. That's my whole goal. I like to make you guys feel smart. Who could see them being a Steam VTuber? Oh yeah, there definitely could be a Steam VTuber. Sorry, I'm like scrolling up and down. I'm missing a lot of messages. Someone kidnapped Cyan, they'd give her right back. That's crazy. Well, they probably would. I have a lot of anxiety. They'd probably be really annoyed dealing with that. I'd be like, are you sure you can put me right here? It's scary right here. And then like, fine, I'll move you over. I'm like, wait, but what if there's a spider in this room? I don't like spider. I'd just be complaining the whole time. They'd get annoyed. I start complaining about my life. I start complaining about like being a teacher and stuff, and they'd be like, "Okay, I don't want to hear that anymore." I'd be a true husky. I'd be in the room like, you know, that's what huskies do. And then they just go on and leave. We are an assurance company. Assurance company. Oh, that's sweet. That's a cute concept, guys. Let's start our own puppy assurance company. All right, all we do is assure everyone that everything is going to be okay. That is our motto. We will assure you for a little cost. For $1, we will give you a positive message. Yes, for $1, I will tell you that you're doing great. For $1, I will give you a hug. Hugs for $1. Well, you are a dog, and some dogs have very small attention spans. Yeah. We have a husky in particular, and huskies have very, 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 very small attention spans. I'm a husky. Coffee, and I can understand it hating, but tea? But I don't like tea. Girl Meets World. Did Farkle sell 30? I heard about, bro. I keep getting this one clip in my feed from Girls Meets World of that little kid. I guess his name is Farkle, being like, they said I might have autism, and they're like, no, you don't have autism. Say it isn't so. Tell them they're wrong. They're wrong about you, right, Farkle? It's not autism. And I'm like, whoa. I thought that was so funny. They're like, you don't. Tell them you don't. It's not autism, right? There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. It's fine. Is he gonna be okay? He has autism. He might die. That's how I'm gonna react if I have a kid and they ever turn out to have autism. That's exactly how I'm gonna react. You don't say it isn't so. A lot of people like to say that a lot of people think that I have autism, which I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, but I've had a lot of people out of nowhere just be like, "Do you have autism?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "You seem like you do." Oh, bye, Poetic Pasta. Thanks for stopping by. Bye bye. Love meeting you too. But yeah, I'm always like, no, I don't think I have autism. Why do you think I have autism? They're like, it's just a hunch. You just have a lot of symptoms and signs. Welcome to the puppy parade, Magnifi. And it's funny because it's always from people who either like have autism themselves or they're like close to somebody with autism. Like they'll be like, oh, well, my daughter has autism and you remind me so much of her. Or like, I have autism, and like what you're describing is things that I experience, and I'm like, I don't think I have autism. Okay, have fun at work, Panda. See you later. Also, like, if I had autism, I wish I had the superpower part. Because people be saying they think I have autism. I'm like, okay, well, where's my autistic superpowers? Because people with autism are usually like really smart. They're usually really smart. And they're really knowledgeable. All right, where's my knowledge, huh? If I have autism, like so many people accuse me of having, then like, why am I not super smart like people with autism? They're usually super smart or super good at something. Where's my super smartness? Where's my good at somethingness? My cousin has 2 kids, and they're both autistic. One is nonverbal autism, and the other one is not as high on the spectrum. They're a lot more like high functioning and stuff. The nonverbal one, you know, they're like, they get like overstimulated. Usually they had to wear like headphones a lot, jump up and down, clap a lot, make noises and stuff. But when it comes to like technology stuff, he was the smartest kiddo ever. I haven't seen him in years. Last time I saw him, he was like in elementary school. Now he's like high school age, I believe. But last time I saw him, I remember him like being able to figure out like technology issues. Like his mom would complain something's not working, and he would fix it. He'd be like, the TV not working, and then he'd press buttons and it'd be done. Like, Like he would be able to, like he was really good at troubleshooting stuff, which was like kind of crazy because when he was good at troubleshooting stuff, he was probably like first grade. Most first graders, some first graders still can't tie their shoes, and this kid's over here troubleshooting stuff for his parents. You know, he's super smart. I haven't seen him in a while though. I wonder how they're doing. I wonder. I'm gonna lurk and play some games with my Nintendo. Lots of love. Okay, have fun. Have fun. Go play some good games. Also, welcome back, John. You playing Marvel Rivals? Everyone is listening to this husky dog talk about random things while they're gaming. I hope you guys are having fun gaming time. Playing your little gamey games. Did you know my dream dog is a husky? I like huskies. You know, for a while, I thought my dream dog would be a husky, and I really wanted one, but like, I don't know. Huskies talk a lot. Like, I don't know if I can have another husky in the house. Like, I talk a lot and make a lot of noise. I don't know if I can have something else making equal amounts of noise. I do want a dog. I want someone else in the house. You gonna lurk too? Okay, bye, Tyler. Thanks for the lurking. Like, I do want a dog in the house because it's so quiet in the house all the time, and I get tired of it being quiet. You know. Weird. Anyway, sorry. Twitch just gave me a notification. I'm so tired of what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm loud and stuff, and I don't know if I want like too loud things. I do want another living being though, because I do like noise sometimes. Like I want to come home and like hear that there's people in the house. I live with Kotaro, but he's like super quiet. He'd be tiptoeing around the house, and he'd be on this computer with his headphones. Doesn't make much noise. I need a dog that will walk around and bark, and I'll hear little paw prints if it takes steps. That's what I want. I don't know if I want a husky though, because a husky would constantly be like, you'd be like trying to sleep at like 2 in the morning, and like, maybe like a child, but not like a baby. A baby is like crying 24/7. I need like a 7-year-old in the house. You know what I mean? They'll make just enough noise so the house doesn't feel quiet without like ruining my sleep. I got my RC car going. Is gas powered? Oh, I don't know nothing about cars. I don't know much about cars at all. What's an RC car? What is that? Also, the alert that Twitch gave me that confused me. It says, badge earned. Earned Summer Heat Bronze Badge. Awarded to users who have received 3 gifts during summer. June, July, and August. What gifts? Awarded to users who received 3 gifts during the summer. What gifts did I receive? Is it like gifted subs or something? Or is it like bits or something? Because I've received like some bits, but I don't know. Hola, hello, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Hello. How are you, friend? Tiburon. Wait, hold on. We gonna get through this together, guys. Tiburon. So, Fiatico, yeah. Yeah, I'll call you Tibu. Hi, Tibu. Hi, Jax Gaming. How are you? It's a smaller one than a regular size car. So is an RC car like? It's not like a toy car. It's like it's like an actual like a big size car you can like sit in, but it's just a smaller size car. Is it like a punch buggy? Because punch buggies are really small. Is it like a punch buggy? And you punch somebody and you go no punch back. You know, I don't see punch buggies as often, so I'll punch people when I see Teslas instead. When I see Cybertruck, like I'll be like, punch Cybertruck, no punch back. It doesn't work as cool as punch buggy, but you know, it gets the job done. Alright, I only see like a 1 punch buggy every blue moon. So, I gotta punch when I see a Cybertruck. I see those a lot more often now, sadly, because they're so ugly. They're so ugly. They're like cars that lost all their polygons. They're like unrendered cars. I don't want an unrendered car. I want my car to be rendered. No, I use remote control. Oh. Can you run over someone's toes with it? Would it hurt if you run over their toes? Like I need a gauge for the size. Like if I run over your toes, will it hurt? Or is it small enough to where it won't hurt if I run over your car? Over your toes. Punch buggy is rare. It is rare these days. It didn't used to be. At least not in my city. In my city, I used to see punch buggies like every corner. I like go around the corner and punch buggy, punch buggy, punch buggy, punch buggy. Hi, inactive. How are you? Is it true? Are you truly inactive? Just download your car from the internet and you have a rendered car. Exactly. If I download a car from the internet, it's gonna look better than a Cybertruck. It ain't even a real car. Those Cybertrucks don't make no sense. Don't making no sense. Making no sense. Okay. What time is it? I've been streaming for 2 hours. That means an ad break will happen about 9. I'm gonna say about 9 minutes. It's usually about 2 hours and 5 minutes when you shower. Oh! I completely forgot, guys. The Kirby Air Riders direct dropped, and I was really upset that I didn't stream myself my reaction to it because I was like literally like gasping like, oh, no way, I can't believe they did that. It was just it dropped during open house night, so I didn't have enough time. No, not open house night. What was it? No, it dropped it dropped Tuesday when I actually had a different stream planned, so I couldn't do that. But oh my gosh. Oh, like Kirby Air Riders, if you haven't seen a direct for that game or you don't care for the game, I think you should look at it anyways. They took a game that was already fun, but somewhat like kind of empty. It had a fun gimmick, but it was kind of like empty. It wasn't really as fleshed out, and they fleshed it out. You know why? Because Sakurai is working on it. The guy who did Smash Bros, he stopped working on Smash Bros, and now they got him as the lead director for Kirby Air Riders. So of course the game is going to be good. Sakurai did his classic "Everyone's Here" move for Kirby. My jaw was dropping. I was like, no way. Bro pulled up and he Smash Bro-defied the Kirby Air Riders, and they also even the presentation was presented as if it was like a Smash Bros. Like they're using the same fonts, like the same sound effects and stuff. Kirby is the son, is it? Did he make like a lot of the Kirby games? Did they? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm getting ready to get an ad break. We're getting an ad break in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes will be our ad break. And I'm gonna go upstairs and see what Kotaro is cooking because I can snuff it. I can smell it. Hydrate? No, I didn't hydrate. My bad. Let me hydrate. I need to start hydrating more. When I work, the more I work, the less I eat and drink. So I need to get back into the habit of that. It's because I burped a little bit. It's because I work at an elementary school, and a lot of times we don't really have much time to like eat and drink. Like you can't just leave the classroom full of kids to go get your food. And because I work at kindergarten, they're so dependent that like, you know, I'm not going to be able to eat lunch at all next week because the kids come next week and we have to eat with them. Because you have to like walk them through the line, show them how to get the food. Hi, Orchid! Show them how to get the food. They're too short to pick up the tray. So like you have to do a lot of work. You're busy, okay, Tibu. You have to do a lot of work. And that's a problem. So I don't actually, when I start working, I don't eat a lot, and I need to get back into that. Hi, Nardo. Welcome back. If you went away, or if you're just saying hi to Tibu, I can't tell. Ad break will be in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't. Hold on. I didn't know you will speak something the Spanish. Sorry, I know a little bit of Spanish, not enough. I don't know enough Spanish. I know some. I know some. Welcome to the puppy parade, inactive. Hablara. That's like future tense, right? Like you will speak. También. That's like también. Ah! Sorry, I'm forgetting. It sucks because I took like 5 years of Spanish. So like a lot of the times I'll see Spanish and I'll like recognize every word, and but I don't remember what it says. I don't remember what it means sometimes. And I'm like, I used to know this word. No, I don't remember it. And that's how I feel right now. If this was like a few years ago, I'd be able to translate that whole sentence. The whole sentence. But now I'm over here like, what's this word mean? What that word mean? I'm just playing right now. In my school that I used to be the only one to be able to walk in the hallways by myself, you can walk in the hallways by yourself. I guess you can. And kindergarten has to walk in pairs. And if a kid's going like, if a kindergartner's going to drop like a kid off at like the nurse or the front office, you just do them like a group of 3, so that they always have a pair, like someone to walk with them on the way back. That's because some kindergartners are unpredictable, so you always pair the unpredictable kid up with like someone who's like super responsible, so that you don't like do anything crazy. I will be lurking. I'm gonna go play Cobblemon. Dude, I started streaming Cobblemon and I never finished that playthrough. That game's hard though. It's like hard Pokemon. Anyways, there will be an ad break in 30 seconds. During that time frame, I'm going to put my be right back screen. Also, hi Trey. Yeah, it is a big switch. during the ad break, it's going to be 3 minutes long. I'm going to put the be right back screen on. I go to the bathroom during that time, get a snack, take a sip of water. Anything you guys to do to take care of yourself, I want you to go take care of yourselves, okay? Okay? Be right back, friends. I'm gonna go check to see what Kotaru's cooking because it smells good and I can smell it all the way down here. Hey. It was good. Guys, I'm not going to be streaming for much longer. My man made me some food, and I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. My man made me food. I'm hungry. I want to sit down and eat my breakfast. He made eggs, he made toast, and he made bacon. And I want to sit down and enjoy it. Also, while that Be Right Back scream is on slightly longer than I wanted it to be, because he just finished making the food, so they gave it to me, and I started eating a little bit. I had a really good idea for April Fools. April Fools this year. You know what I should do? I should put my Be Right Back screen on and then never come back. I think that's what I'm gonna do this year for April Fools. I'm gonna like start doing just chatting for like an hour, and then I'll be like, "Be right back, guys." Maybe an hour, maybe like 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, sorry, I had to go pick this one thing up," and then I'll be like, "Be right back," and then I'll just keep the stream on the entire time. I think that's what I'll do for April Fools this year. I'm telling you guys it now, so only you guys know what's gonna happen. You guys are in the know. All right, bacon. Bacon, good. Juicy, greasy, just like I like it. True American. Caw. I love dogs, but now I got a cat. Bad for meow mix. You got a cat. Kotaro wants a cat, but I'm allergic to cats, so we can't really get that. My mom's also severely allergic to cats, so if we got one, like my parents would just not be able to come over to the house at all and visit us, which I don't like that concept. So no cats. You were feeding your dog? Bro, I was feeding myself. I am the dog that's being fed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I just made a mess on my keyboard. Someone help me, Lord. Someone help me. Welcome to the bunny right now, Lee. Where'd it go? Yo, my keyboard gonna be so nasty soon. I need to stop eating at my desk. I keep dropping crumbs on my keyboard. At least this is like a computer keyboard though. You can take the keycaps off, you know what I mean? Do a little clean. My laptop keys, then they can just get crumbs like all up on the sides and things, and I would try to wipe it off and I just go further underneath and I'm like, ooh. Oh, it's bad. But yeah, I got like a few more minutes left into me and then I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry. I'm starting to get hungry, but let me make you extra hungry, alright? Imagine this. You got a plate in front of you. Actually, let me just tell you what food they had in the last buffet, all-you-can-eat buffet that I went to. I went to an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Let me tell you. Alright, they had fried fish. They had the best mashed potatoes ever. It was super creamy. So was the gravy, very nice. I ate mac and cheese. They had crabs. You can just get as many crab legs as you wanted. Just keep grabbing them. They had oysters, but I've never eaten an oyster before. But if you like it, you like it. You know, they had a lobster, but you had to ask for them to cook it specifically. They had a lot of different cakes, but the cakes weren't very good. Like I ate the cake, it was super dry, super gross. But it's a seafood place, you know, they're not gonna have any. Dang, I was gonna go into detail about the foods they had there, but like, I didn't eat a lot of the different foods. I'm not really a seafood person. They had popcorn shrimp, and then they had normal non-popcorn shrimp. And they had this other shrimp that I didn't know. I had a name to it, but I forgot what it was called. And it tasted like sweet and sour. Like shrimp that was covered in sweet and sour sauce, which is a combination I've never thought about. But it's actually pretty good. I was like, dang, I should eat sweet and sour sauce shrimp all the time. Have I ever smoothie? Have I ever what? Have I ever eaten a smoothie? Have I ever made a smoothie? Kotaro makes a smoothie like every 3 days. So he's a smoothie guy. He makes his smoothie constantly. Hi, Michael. Hello from Venezuela. Hello, I'm in America. I haven't eaten anything yet today. Me neither. That's why as soon as Kotaro said he was done with the food and I had the plate in front of me, I'm like drooling at the mouth. That's why I said I'm not gonna be streaming for much longer. I can't really eat and stream at the same time, and I'm not really a fan of like eating on stream because I mean I have a really good microphone. Do you really want to hear like every little chewing noise I do? Like I'll take a little bites here and there and you'll hear that, but like a full-on eating stream where you constantly just hear me just munching and munching and munching, and you can't talk while you're eating. Like I don't want to talk while there's food in my mouth. So I'm very huggy, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna eat on stream, I'm gonna make that a theme of the stream, like breakfast with Cyan, and we're eating together or something. That's different. But like if it's just a normal chatting stream, and all of a sudden you hear, you know, no one wants to hear that. That's gross. That's nasty. No one wants that. I don't know how people watch like mukbang streamers because I don't think that mukbang content is very fun. It's always like so nasty to me. Also because like when people like do mukbang like streams and videos, they're like indulging like to an extreme degree, and I don't know why people find it nice to watch people indulge. Like I'm like, I find it really disgusting if you're indulging. Like if you're eating like a normal meal and you're like making a video about it while you're like eating while you're talking, that's one thing. But mukbang, they'll order like 10 buckets of like KFC like fried chicken. They'll have like they'll have like 100 like chicken wings in front of them, and they'll just sit there and eat every single one of them. Like nasty, nasty. This is real nasty. Eating a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Yeah. Kataru made me eggs, bacon, and French toast, which he still needs to show me how to make French toast because when my mom make French toast, it tasted really nasty, so I didn't really have any interest in it. And then Kotaru came into my life, and he makes French toast, and it is the best thing I have ever tasted. I love his French toast so much. I need him to show me how to make it. I'm gonna make French toast every day. If it's not too many steps, of course. It's probably a million trillion steps. Because it tastes so good. Anything that tastes good is gotta have a lot of that. Have you made hash browns? I don't cook. I haven't made really anything. The only thing I know how to make is potato soup, and I might make that soup very soon. That is the only thing I have ever made in my whole life. Potato soup. And eggs. I know how to cook eggs. And I know how to put ground like beef and ground turkey in a stove and cook that. If it requires 1 to 2 steps, then I probably can do it. If it requires more than 1 to 2 steps, then I don't know. I want to try potato soup. There's this bacon potato soup recipe that I like, really like. Well, the recipe itself just tells you how to make bacon potato soup. It doesn't like, there's like no, they don't like tell you how to season it or anything. So it's like, it's just like basic soup, and you have to like season it yourself. But the thing is, Kotaru is really good at like seasoning stuff, so I'll make like the base soup for us, and then he'll season it and he'll make it good. But I really like it. It usually comes out tasting really good, and then I'll eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I also make like a crap ton. Whenever we cook in bulk, you know, so that you don't have to worry about eating for a while. You can just eat the same thing. Which I need to get on that, because I remember I was supposed to make it this weekend, but I don't know if we have the ingredients or not for it, so I have to go look it. I gotta look to see what we have and what we don't have. I was supposed to do that on Friday, but I completely forgot. And Kotaru already went to the store, and I don't want to go to the store again. Unless I make it like tomorrow. We can make it like tomorrow morning, and it'll be done by the nighttime, and then I'll be able to take it to work. If I can even eat lunch at work. I mean, like I said, I'm a kindergarten teacher. My lunch is their lunch, but since it's kindergarten, I'm gonna have to like walk through the steps of like how to get their tray, how to go stand in line, how to get their tray, how to go to the lady and punch in their numbers, where to sit, all that stuff. That's not gonna be fun. I'm very good at mac and cheese and cheese eggs. Kotaru could make some mean mac and cheese. I don't like cheese on my eggs though. I don't know like that. Cyan, do you like memes? No, I've never been much of a meme person. We actually didn't have a meme channel in the Discord for a while because we had one and it went unused and I didn't care for it as much, so I got rid of it. And then like a few months later, my Discord starts like, I started making TikToks and stuff, and my Discord starts like, it's like revitalizing itself, and people were begging me for a memes channel, so I added one. But a lot of people appreciate memes, but me in particular, eat while they're eating? I can't. Do you know how long it takes to get a class of 15 kindergartners situated? That's going to take a long time. And then also because they're 5 too, they can't open half the stuff. So they don't know how to open the carton of milk. They don't know how to open like sometimes they'll get like a little pack, like a little bag of like apples, like cut up apples. They can't open the cut up apples. They can't pull the peel back to open up the applesauce. They don't know how to open their milk. Like, I most likely just won't eat anything at all throughout the day. The first 10 days is our rule for having to sit with the students. The first 10 days is probably the time period I'm just not gonna be able to eat at all, and that's okay. Most of us don't, or we'll eat like during when they're gone for related arts, for example. Sometimes we will eat then if we're not in a meeting. You see a lot of teachers just bring their foods, eat their foods in their class, and that's probably what I'll do. Eat it during while the kids are in their little related arts classes. I was taking out a piece of my sandwich. The bacon just slid out. No! Did you catch it? You didn't come in clutch with a crazy catch. Anyways, yeah, I want to eat my food. I'm not hungry. Tengo hambre. I'm gonna. It's time. I'm gonna try to schedule my streams so where they're not so like spread out. Well, I want them spread out, and I don't at the same time. I want them spread out, enough to where I have enough to yap about when I do just chatting streams. Because if I keep them, if I schedule just chatting streams too close to each other, welcome to the puppy frayed monkey, then I won't have much to talk about because I already talked it all out. I'm thinking my next one will probably be hi monkey. My brother prefers that I make mac and cheese for him. Yes. I try to make mac and cheese for Thanksgiving, but during Thanksgiving time, I'm really bad at it. I always mess it up every year. My parents be like, make the mac and cheese. I'd be like, okay, and it gets messed up. Last time we made it, it wasn't my fault though, because my brother was there and we were making it together, and he was the one who messed up. He put like 3 times the amount of milk required for it. It was a whole thing. You're playing Five Nights at Freddy? That sounds fun. That sounds fun, but I think my next stream will probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm thinking yapping after barks will be Tuesday afternoons, and then Yip Yap mornings. Those have to be on weekends because I am employed, so they have to be on a weekend. Why is everybody using the Dorito emotes? I'm so confused about that. Is it like a common thing? Is that what people do now? Why is everybody using Doritos? At first I thought that was just like a Panda thing. Like only Panda was using the emote, the emote for the Doritos, and now other people are too. What does it mean, monkey? What does it mean? That's your chip delivery? Okay, for you it's a chip delivery service. Okay. Cute. Daily chips? Oh, I do like chips though, so I'm down for that. Oh! Would you look at that? There's a Rame collab. That's my VTuber group, by the way. Exclamation point. Rame! My VTuber group. But yeah, I think my next stream will be Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably Tuesday, because I tend to stream on Tuesdays anyways. And Wednesdays can be long days due to my job, because Wednesdays is when we have staff meetings. So I'm thinking Tuesdays afternoon will be my next stream. And then after that, when do I get a break? Like summer break, winter break, that type of thing? I don't know. My next break would be Thanksgiving break for the job. But I do get like days off here and there. Like for example, September 1st is a holiday, so I get that off. I actually always like how we start school like a week before that like holiday. So like you do like a full week of school and then you get that first day off. It's very nice. But yeah. Y'all keep talking to me and I gotta eat my food. I'm hungry. I gotta go. I gotta go. Like I said in all of my streams, sayonara, and I hope we have a good day. I'm gonna raid Swaddle because Swaddles is in my VTuber group called Rame, and they're doing a VTuber collab, and they're collabing with someone else who's also in my VTuber group called Rame named Full Blossom, and they're both super sweet and they're cute artists, and they're doing an art stream together. So I would love it if you guys went over there and you showed them lots of love, okay? Make sure you show them all the love and use the raid message. Say make way for the parade. Y'all be saying like Cyan raid. It's not a Cyan raid. It's make way for the parade. You like cheese eggs? Okay, I know. Alright, I'll see you guys on Tuesday probably. Probably Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST, okay?